Try again. There we go. Sorry about that. Folks, hear me now? Welcome, Fox. Okay, try this again. I said hello. I said welcome. Yeah, every time I unplug and replug this mic, OBS is like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. It's named the same device, like every time. Thank you. Yeah, I got a couple of reminders. I appreciate those. Um, yeah, it's annoying. I don't know why. Okay, let me see. I think I have three different chats up now, so. Hopefully that's enough. Actually, there's gonna be a fourth I'm gonna bring up too. So that way I will get notice when my audio is off in the future. What do you mean you still can't hear me? I'm broadcasting. I see it. You seriously? Nobody can hear me? I mm, like OBS is sending. I see levels that look good. I can turn it louder. Is that better? Can you hear me now? But no, but can you hear me now, Fox? Welcome, Robert. Can you hear me? Or am I still talking to myself? Okay, all right. Galen's problem was the first one was me. Yeah, it's still dumb though. I still blame OBS because like I shouldn't have to like reselect. Okay, cool. I shouldn't have to reselect the same input device if I literally just unplug and replug it. It's the same thing. Welcome, Dank. Thank you, Ryan, for confirming. I appreciate that. All right, good. I'm not talking to myself again. All right, hold on. I was gonna pull up the other chat. Can you hear me now? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. I got a hot mug of chai. I got a cool idea for a plugin. So I'm kind of excited. Yeah, I think I got all the tweets out and everything. Yeah, let's get into it. Do I have? I think I have. Oh yeah, I noticed this last time. Stream Elements chat is not on stream. I think that's fine. I don't think it's super huge. Um, oh man, you don't know my coding skills then if you're looking forward to it. That's not something necessarily to be super excited for. There's an oh, you know what oh, actually this is a good point. Let's do this. Ninja Dev. I think if I do the script thing, so if you're on Linux, just as an aside, there's this Linux setup script, which I haven't run on this machine yet. Of course, there's no dbus launch. Ubuntu changes this every single time, but I think yeah, it did. Okay, it still worked. It added it, so now it adds it to like the launcher. And I think it adds like a file handler and stuff, so I can use it to open BNDB files directly, all that good stuff. So here's what the plan is for today. So first of all, big credit to Glenn. Um, and if I did it right, there's nothing sensitive in this gist, so you're welcome. It's a private one, but all the code that's in here is going to be in the plugin that I'm gonna be working on. But the idea is Glenn built a thing a while ago because we obviously are some of the folks behind Dogbolt, and um, also like literally right now, Glenn and Josh are in the other office, like, oh no, it's heavy load, what's going on? And yeah, a lot of people are uploading stuff. But we wanted the ability to be able to take a sample, take a binary that somebody had, had uploaded and just like copy it out and load it into Binja. And so Glenn built this very nice little plugin for it. And I was like, oh, I'm jealous. I like that. So let's first show what his plugin does. Copy. And if I plugins dogbolt.py, so this is not the one that we're going to be using. And hopefully we have the ability to like change oh man, I need a better. Do I have Visual Studio Code? Oh, this is like a fresh machine. I haven't even installed VS Code. That's fine. Well, like this will be good because this will be the whole experience. Um, yeah, we'll just grab the deb. That's fine. So this is like setting up the yeah, thanks Fox. The install script is one of the things that originally I think it was no, yeah, I think I built the original version of that. It's been tweaked out by a bunch of people. Um, can I just install it this way? No, that's not what I wanted. Um, Package manager. Oh, fine. We'll do it from the command line. Well, that's easier. Actually, wait. First, before I do this, okay, dog bolt's there. Downloads sudo dpackage-i. What's it called? Code. All right. So let's install VS Code. So originally, there's a couple pieces of it. There's like the Python scripts that get set up, which should work because we did this install script. We should be able to like import binary ninja. I think yeah, it does that too for us, right? So. So we could do stuff like this in the console if everything works. Obviously, we show that off a bunch, but okay. But it's nice that it sets everything up. And the Linux one should do stuff like if, let's see, if I open binls. That's interesting. It's user binls on Ubuntu now? Oh, is there a different one? Huh. Okay, that's interesting. The save file. Oh man, don't get me started. You know what? Actually, I should pull up. I don't think I have access to it on the machine right now, but I should pull up some of the reverse engineering survey results. I apologize, we haven't selected winners yet. I'm running that as soon as I get some time. We're going to throw it all into random.org for everybody who submitted the reverse engineering survey. So I think officially it's too late to enter. Maybe we'll, yeah, I don't want to extend it necessarily. Yeah, but anyways, you can still fill out the data for it. But basically anybody who submitted before February 8th, we're going to go through and do our drawing. One of the things that we were looking at was the distribution of Linux users and what OSs they use. And Ubuntu is still in the lead for sure, but our Arch was a strong number 2, and then there's a very long tail of everything else, which is not super surprising. But I will say, Arch users represent more trouble. We've had more Arch issues. I mean, it's because Ubuntu is our officially supported one, so that's the one that we do all of our testing on. So it makes sense that would work better. But yeah, survey results are coming out. Hopefully next week we're gonna blog out. I might be able to like, yeah, maybe. I don't think Peter's watching. If he is and he wants to like sneak peek some stuff, he can message in our internal stream. Stuff, some image screenshots or something, and I can pull those up. But awesome, good. Thank you, Russell, for confirming that. I mean, you can still fill it out, and it still helps us. And it's still, if you want to kind of like see useful data, it still helps to have better data about what people in the industry are doing. It's just the prizes you're not eligible for, but we do a fair amount of like prize drawings for random stuff over the months, anyways. So. All right, so Binja is installed. I got Visual Studio Code installed. All right, we're gonna just run this plugin and we're gonna try something. So actually, here's a good example. This is a sample binary here, and all of the plugins I'm gonna be working on are specifically for malware researchers, who most of them like have like there's a bunch of sites like Malware Bazaar. I think it's 2 A's. No, that's right. Malware Bazaar. There's Hybrid Analysis. There's AnyRun. There's a bunch of these sites, VirusTotal, that you could upload a bunch of samples to, and some of them just like collect the malware. Some of them do like sandboxing and analysis, or VirusTotal, obviously, everybody knows, scans it with a bunch of stuff. If you've got paid accounts, or in many cases just free accounts, VirusTotal I think is the only one that requires a paid account of the ones that I plan on working on today. You can just like search by hash, and if you find a hash, you can just download the binary, which I use all the time. So yeah, if you're just catching the beginning of the stream, I was not trying to be muted. That was an accident. So it's really useful to be able to just open these up. And so here's the example I want to take. We're going to take the dog bolt binary. Aha, wait, I have to do this first. So, yeah, oh, Joe Sandbox, that's another, now can you download, so Joe Sandbox is good for analysis. What I'm specifically looking for are ones where if you have a login, can you download hashes? That's the question, right? It's not so much can you use it to like submit something. I want it the other way. I want this to be a downloader. So Dank, if Joe specifically does let you do that, um, then that is what I don't know if I might have a Joe Sandbox login. Let me check. It's been a while since I did malware stuff. Joe was new back when I do have a login. Okay, I have a login for Joe. Um, so I can uh yeah. LEB128 typing. Oh, Amy, so I don't know if this is necessarily going to help you. I don't actually know. What is LEB128? Like little, is it little India or something? Um, okay, little India base 128. Um, we've been stuck in 64-bit types and data flow for a long time. Um, oh, interesting. But Brian Pochik in Vector 35 has recently been working on so some of the stuff that we showed off like a couple streams ago about how um you can inline like it's turning a bunch of like stores at the beginning of a function into like just a mem copy into a stack variable, for example. And as Brian's working on that feature, and it's already some of it's already out, but as he's expanding on it, he basically has been implementing larger type data flow stuff. So it's still a long way to go, but it's entirely possible that actually acts as a little bit of the groundwork for. Um, I am gonna get real hot in this office because I closed the door, so off the hoodie. We're gonna be fancy in my polo here. Look, I even got I'm repping the brand. I got the Vector 35 polo on today. It was not really intentional. It just ended up there. Um, yeah, I think it's in. Oh yeah, so yeah, Joe Sandbox was. Did I already pull it up? But yeah, Joe Sandbox is just another sandbox simulator. I just don't know if it um, lets you download from it. And so yeah, I think this is also used in some other file formats. LEB128. I have since been reminded. Um, but yeah, so part of the problem is that our type system just didn't support, I think larger things. But now that we have like data flow that can support potentially larger stuff, maybe that's more possible than it would have been a while ago. I don't know, but we've got a note on that we'll follow up with. So yeah. Any other requests? You're always welcome to throw them on stream. Uh, yeah, exactly. So make sure you put some decompiler disassembler Ode. Joe, I just saw uh your mention. Yeah, yeah. McNinja is. I don't talk about McNinja a lot because they need to fix the stupid copyright infringement on that darn logo. Uh, and when they do that, then I will advertise it more broadly for Vector 35. This is not on the Vector 35 organization for that reason, and it's kind of been more of a prototype proof of concept. Um, but it's a cool idea. So all right, yeah. So the goal today is, and we'll see. It's supposed to rain this evening, and if it looks like it's too close, I'm gonna cut early. But if I can stay, oh, actually here. Now that I think that I copied that plugin. I'm just gonna restart Vinja. Um, and there's a new button right here. So I think a lot of people don't even know these buttons are actually just pluggable. So you can add your own plugin here. And I do need to put my own token here for this to work. And so I am going to hide the stream while I copy this in. And this is, hopefully we don't have, and I'm gonna try to download and it's gonna fail because it's not a real file, but now that I've done it, I think I can do it again. Oh, that's right. It has to succeed once. Hold on. So okay, so I have to paste that, and then I have to give it a real URL. This is why I tested the whole thing. So if I give it a real URL, this is a bug we'll be fixing. This is part of the goal of making this a real plugin. Okay, cool. So now we can come back. Okay. I know, Dank, right? Like I figure this is pretty good odds. This like one of my credentials gets leaked here. There's a reason that I have a dedicated license just for the version of Binary Ninja I use on stream because I figure I'm gonna leak that at some point. So we'll see. At some point in this stream, I expect to make a mistake. But all right, so you'll notice there's a new inside your user folder. There's a new subfolder called Dogbolt, and there's a hash here. But now if we can just hit if we go to a file like any of these random files and from Dogbolt and we copy them, we can hit Dogbolt and there is, oh, you know what? Oh, it didn't. Okay. This version didn't, maybe it's just because Linux. On Mac anyways, it pulls your clipboard. It's supposed to check it, and if what's in your clipboard matches, oh, is this the Linux, like there's multiple clipboards? I don't know actually how the Linux multiple clipboards works with PySide. We can play with that. But you can just put in the URL and it saves the token, and then it will download that file and open it locally, which is super nice, right? And so I would like to do the same thing where you can have multiple tokens for, and actually I made a list here. Where did I put the list over here. Pull up my list. This was actually from the OA Labs chat earlier. Oh, cool. There's a bunch of other people who have suggestions. This is great. All right, so let's make some notes. So this probably will not all be done today. So downloader. We are going to do mouse share is the first one and the most important one, I feel like. Hybrid analysis is great. A lot of stuff that I can't find on mouse share I get there. Now we're Bazaar. Let's see. There's a URL, there's a repo here called malwoverview on GitHub. I spelled that right. And that has, oh no, sorry, this is an actual plugin here. So this is like a command line tool for like poking at a lot of these sites. And so it had a good list of things to look at. So where was hybrid? There we go. VirusTotal, hybrid analysis, malshare, Polyswarm, URL house, Alien Vault, Malpedia, and ThreatCrowd. So we'll pull all of these into a thread, and we'll see. VirusTotal obviously is super popular, but it's also very expensive for the paid one. So I will prioritize them probably in this order. Polyswarm, URL house, Alien Vault, Malpedia, ThreatCrowd. So Malpedia. Oh, okay, that's right. I do have access to that one too. Fraunhofer FKIE is also, and Stefan Ender, some of the folks behind this are actually behind the dwolf decompiler. And it's a decompiler plugin on top of Binary Ninja. So it uses medium level IL to do some decompilation. And it is now actually added to Dogbolt. So you may notice you can pull it up on, I'm trying to think if any of these are good ones to show off dwolf. Dwolf does a really nice job with structure recovery and like some switch statement stuff. It actually outperforms even IDA sometimes. It's much slower for larger stuff, and because Binja has to run and then dwolf has to run essentially, but good. That's amazing. Like where my video is on this is like perfectly sized. I haven't noticed that before. That's funny. So if we notice like Binja's analysis was 6 seconds, and dwolf was 11 seconds. It usually more than doubles depending on the scale of the binary. The bigger the stuff, it doesn't scale as well. And then IDA tends to be the quickest. Oof, wait, 2 seconds versus 6 seconds? That's pretty bad. Part of the reason we don't show these by default, though, is because there is some noise in them. So they're only really useful for order of magnitude, which Ghidra clearly is the winner as long as you're not playing golf. In fact, I think there's a bunch of jobs right now that are kind of stuck in timeouts. That's what they were in doubt. Anyway, I think I mentioned this before. I don't know if I did or not, but we added something a couple weeks ago. So if you want to like compare print flag, for example, so you could always like type print flag, or in the search box to get stuff. But this highlighted line that you see here, you'll notice the URL every time I click one of these actually updates, and so it can navigate to that line number. No, I don't want to search in there. I want to search in here. Print flag. Right, that one. I wonder if, yeah, so anyways, at some point too, it would be really nice if it would do this on its own. Like when you click a function name, it would find it across all of them. That's planned. It'll be, why is that not finding it again? Oh, because I typoed it. There, right, so like this URL here now, like you could pass it to somebody else, and if they open that URL, it will navigate to the same offsets. So that's kind of cute. It makes it a lot easier to compare things. If you want to look at the decompilation results. Anger does absolutely have its own decompiler. Yeah. And it's not, yeah, it's unlike, Cutter, for example, which is just using Ghidra on the back end. It actually has its own decompiler, and it can use P code. Although it's not clear to me when it uses P code versus when it doesn't, but it has a habit of like producing stuff that looks good, and then you squint and you're like, oh, actually no, there's like some serious bugs in it. It's just, I would say it's not very robust yet, but what it does have a lot of nice analyses and is surprisingly performant for being written in Python. So it's usually if you just upload a bunch of binaries, text arrays, Binja, a little bit of a delay, Anger, and then a long delay, and then Ghidra, in terms of the timing, which was consistent with what we saw when I was hovering there before. Although 3 times longer Binja to hex arrays, I think that there's some like startup costs that are in there, because it's usually not. They're usually like pretty close back to back perceptually. And then Anger is like noticeably longer, but not usually painfully, and then Ghidra is like painfully slow. Yeah, so this Anger is on the Dogbolt page. So okay, so this is like done. This plugin works, and so let's take a look at the code. Actually, let's move this one over here, and let's bring up code. Oops. Yes, Visual Studio Code, and except let's start a new project. So I haven't done a fresh VS Code in a while. Oh, I love that they're teaching about the command palette. That's awesome. I actually, so we're in the process of redoing the start tab. BRB while I screenshot this, because the start page on Binary Ninja is probably going to change. And if you're familiar with our sort of welcome wizard, which we added a little while ago, which is still in the help menu or in the command palette, welcome window, this is probably going to get integrated into a tab instead of like a pop-up like that. And this design here is going to be changing where stuff is. And why is there an extra line there? I don't know. It's not worth Oh yeah, anger management. Yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, anger management, and they do like builds, like I think weekly. They've got like a build that comes out. The GUI's, it's coming along. It's a lot of work to build a good GUI. So, but yeah, I think it works. I would not recommend using the pip version. I've had some trouble with that. or doing the dev one, I would recommend grabbing a release. I find that generally works better for me. If you grab one of their, not the alpha, actually probably just the nightly, I guess. Yeah. I don't remember last time I installed it, but yep. Anger Management is the UI, and it is a great name. Absolutely. So okay, so that's the plugin. Let's go. Yeah, let's go look at the code. Actually, before we do that, I want to go. I'm gonna turn this little snippet of Python into like an actual plugin. So, sample underscore plugin. Yeah, I guessed right. Okay, so we're gonna actually download. Let's download the sample plugin, and we'll put it in our. Oh, that's funny. Why is it doing horizontal? Can I change the splits on that? Modify workspace. I don't want that. Command G or Command V. I don't think that's doing what I expected. Horizontal window orientations. Command G. V is W. Window layout mode is Command T. Okay, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why my stuff split, but hey Dave, welcome. Oh yeah, this setup here is Regolith. So it's built on top of Ubuntu because I'm lazy, but it's customized i3 window manager because I didn't want a lot of bloat in the visual. You know, when I'm streaming, and I usually only stream at 1080p, I want it to kind of just be whatever I'm looking at, and so that's why I went with the tiling window manager, and I use Regolith Linux, which I'm pretty happy with. In fact, actually, this is a 2.0. This is part of the 2.0 release here that I'm running right now. It's pretty good. It's really easy to install. It's on Ubuntu, and I was knocking on Arch a little bit earlier, because it tends to be the more hipster one that people who really want to, like, who used to run Gentoo all now run. But yeah, I like Regolith. It's been pretty good. And the thing I like about it a lot is, like, I don't like spending a lot of time configuring tiling window managers. I just want to use them. And too many of them are like, yeah, it's great, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, well, I want you to pick some sane defaults. Can you please do nice stuff out of the box? And this absolutely does. So like it's very command key based. So, or Windows key if you're on, Windows keyboard. So for Mac and Windows keyboards, it works really well. It's got a bunch of hotkeys. It's got its own kind of menuing thing. Like command space is like the launcher to just launch whatever you want. Command enter launches a new terminal. It normally does vertical splits. I have no idea why this one went to horizontal splits, but whatever. Actually, here, I wonder if I just say this come out. No, this whole window is like I'm now horizontal. This is who I am. I don't know why that is, but yeah. So I don't know it super well. Oh, here, there's the window. Oh, that's to switch to existing windows. Yeah. But no, it's a nice. It's a very nice setup. So that's fine. So we're gonna make a dev folder, and we're gonna unzip our sample plugin. And we're gonna call this, ooh, speaking of good puns and good names, this is an opportunity, chat. But what should we call our plugin? So again, for context, this plugin is gonna be a downloader, so it's gonna download a bunch of malware. And I hope I don't get banned on YouTube for saying we're gonna build a malware downloader plugin, because that could end poorly. And also, thank you, by the way, Dave, for picking up the license. Welcome to the Binja family. And if you're not already on the Slack, definitely check that out. We got a bunch of folks in the Slack. Yeah, if you like twiddling, it's totally fine. But BPSWM, I haven't seen that one before. Nice. So okay, what name should we call this? Maybe I'll do something temporary for now. But think about that. I would love some good puns. I'm a big fan of like a good pun. So. Malware downloader, I don't know. We could call it stage -1 because it's like a stager, right? That downloads more stuff, except I don't know. We'll think about that. So For now, it's not creative. Malware download. Um, and then we're going to uh, plugins. All right, so first let's actually do this. Let's move dog bolts just into that folder. Let's symlink the whole folder. If you're not familiar with Binary Ninja plugins, you can either symlink a file or a whole folder into your plugin folder. And then once we're done with this, we'll actually package it all up and we'll make it available in the plugin manager, and then those plugins live over here under repositories. So we'll actually be able to install it by hitting the Control-Shift-M hotkey, and then we'll have like malware downloader or whatever we decide to call it. Will show up in here. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Cindy did that. That very nice plugin from the janky thing I had thrown together to work with the HashDB API a couple weeks back. So, all right. So it's our plugin. Did I spell that right? All right. GIMMP, give me malware, please. Give me malware, please. I still think it's kind of mind-boggling that like the most popular open source graphics editor is called GIMP. That's like one of those things that like you try to explain to somebody and you're gonna get weird looks if they're not. LimeWire. I think that one's taken. Yeah, you could go with like a torrenting or like an old school P2P, something like that. All right, yeah, keep them coming. We'll decide before the end. We got some time. All right, so now okay, now that I got my folder, I can where did my VS Code go? Let's add Python supports. Wait, can I just click Python here? No, whatever. That's fine. Install Python. Let's install C. We're gonna want that too. That's probably all we need for this one for now. Okay. It's still going. And all right, open up my code, pick a folder. So let's go to dev, malware download, and make this our yes, I trust the authors. And everything in dev now. We'll just do this one in case we load something else later. Malwire, that's not bad. Malady, ooh, Malady, yeah, like malware downloader. Yeah, I like those are both good options. I like both Maldy or malady, like actually malady, right? Like a sickness, a malady, but it's the malware internet downloader. Malwire. No, your PC got a malady. It got sick. Yeah, actually, this is another reason I'm doing this one on Linux because there were bets in the office earlier of like how long before Jordan infects the system that he's testing on. But I was doing some stuff on Windows earlier, so they thought I was actually gonna do that. All right, so I'm not gonna worry about like the well. Let's just change this really quickly. So we're gonna call this. Oh no, I forgot the most important thing. Uh, BRB grabbing a NeoVim. Sorry, I used Vim bindings on my editor. I can make do without it, but I really like to have stable is 8, right? Is it still? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I do want my no, there's an oh, there it is. There was a deb right there. That'll work. Really? They make you like click down here. Sure, whatever. All right. So we'll install NeoVim. Is that done? It's done downloading. And then we will come over here. And there is a VS Code NeoVim, which as long as you have NeoVim installed, yep, will tie it in with VS Code. It's just like every Vim hack is usually pretty bad, but oh, mauled, like bald. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I like Malady. Malware package manager npm. Oh no, because I mean, I guess it could be consistent because all the package managers are trash fires. So if I'm setting the expectations of low for people, I don't think that, yeah, I won't be testing this on any Linux malware. I think that's my main yeah, exactly, Thomas. Like I think the odds approach certainty at that point. Like as long as I don't install wine, like I'm probably fine here. But we'll see. Okay, so now do I have Vim? You know what? That is pretty impressive. All right, no restart required for this. Okay, so this is Malady so far. I like that one. We'll go with this is a helper. It's UI and a helper plugin. Okay, Python 3, general malware. Yeah, this is really gonna be meant for malware. Yeah, that's a good point though. If we actually had Dogbolt support, it's not really malware, but that's fine. Malware downloader. And Vector 35 Inc. Fun fact, we used to be LLC. We went to some fun to change that a couple years ago. It was fine. Except the IRS was awful and it took them all support for those. I think we can just leave this out entirely. This is actually deprecated. In fact, oh, note to self. Galen, if you're still listening, would you mind putting a note in the stream channel to remind me later the sample plugin template needs to have this gone because pip is no longer here. You do it with a requirements.txt. So there is no dependencies right now. In fact, I don't even think we need dependencies. We're going to call this 1.0. And just for kicks, we're going to do, was it 369? 3996. Okay. I just picked the latest stable just to be safe, in case I accidentally use some API that. I mean, I am unlikely to. This is almost certainly going to work with older stuff, but I've got to encourage people to have the latest version of Binja. Ooh, Hashpiper. That's pretty good too. Yeah, hash something with hashes. That's not a bad idea. I like that. Mauled eagle instead of bald eagle, mauled eagle. So Eric, have I thought I told you this before about the Vim bindings. I have Vim-ish bindings somewhere. Actually, no. You know what? I know where they are. They're in my GitHub gists, whatever. Let me pull it up again real quick. On the host OS, view your gists. I think I have Vim. They need like a. There needs to be a way to search just. Oh, can I search my own? Whatever. I'm just gonna search for Vim. It's not that long. Actually, it's key bindings. Keybindings.json. So there is a keybindings.json that sort of gives you Vim bindings. Not quite. But I'll bring it up on, there we go. Keybindings.json. Can I comment without being logged in? I bet I can't. Oh, here, I'll put it in our Slack and one of the other Vector 35 people that are watching. Or actually, yeah, on this machine, I think I'm only in this one, so if somebody wants to paste that link for me into the chat, I would appreciate it. So this, oops, I hit the right one. This is Vim Motion. So with these bindings, which I haven't tested in a little while, you can basically, especially in graph view, like you can do block navigation, like Shift J and Shift K go like block at a time, and then at each one of the branches you can use left and right with like H and L, and then you can, yeah, so you can basically like use the keyboard to navigate flow graphs ish. But like I just did GG to go to the top. That's funny. Anyways, it's a long way to go to be perfect on it, but yeah, Hashpiper is pretty good. Oh, Pied Piper. Yeah, 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 for Hashpiper. Oh, interesting, Valgrind. Yeah, so it's a little bit like pipenv, but not complete disaster. Yeah, Oracle tries real hard to be the bad guy, right? It's like they want to be, they know they're the bad guy. Suing over APIs, all that good stuff. All right, so let's go back to my actual writing. Yeah, let's go with HashPiper. It's pretty good. Malware downloader from multiple archive sites. MIT permission, license. Okay, so I want now let's bring up Dogbolt. Let's bring up the init. Oh, actually, right. All right, so the current implementation here is pretty boring, but we're going to. Oh, actually, yeah. So that's actually the thing. Let's look at this. This is a bit unusual, right? Most plugins in Binary Ninja work like this, right? Like you register it because that plugin works on a single binary. So you'd register for a function, you register for an address, or you register for, or just register, in which case any binary view, you can trigger that plugin via the callback. And by the way, see, we've got these nice IDE level stuff. And that's because we ran that install script earlier. So even if you don't have a headless license of Binary Ninja, you should still run that script. Like if you have a non-commercial version, because you get that, because your IDE will basically know all the types and all the, especially all the type information, type hinting. You'll get way better results there. So okay, all right. So, but what Glenn did on this one, which is really nice, is he uses the UI action, and actually let's grab his imports from here. Wait. Does that work? Oh yeah, that works. Yes, go tab, GT. See, that's why I like thin bindings. Okay. And also we're gonna keep this in a namespace because import star is sloppy. And let's get rid of the, yeah, we're basically just gonna like recreate this entirely using his stuff. Do we need the path lib in the RE? Probably. Actually, let's close this one. Does Q close the tab? Yes, I would like to save the changes to plugin. Okay, cool. I did what I wanted. All right. I really should just copy the entire content to this point, but I kind of want to look through them, right? So, right. So this one, instead of registering it for a binary view, it just registers a generic action here, open from Dogbolt, and but I'm gonna refactor this because I'm gonna have it say like open from hash or URL, and it will hopefully just do the right thing. So we'll have it. Is this a Dogbolt URL? Okay, great. Go use the Dogbolt downloader. And if it's a hash, then it will look up in all of our different hash methods that we're going to implement. So yeah, let's just copy the whole thing from now. This thing is going to be the thing. But let's see here. So right now, this thing is, and I may or may not try to rewrite this. So what Glenn did on this is he used our interaction APIs, and they're really nice ways of. Oh no. Sorry, Galen, are you not? I think I can probably op you. Hold on, let me see if this is a thing. Galen, you're now a moderator. See if that gives you access to paste URLs, or if that's just a YouTube thing. And if there's anybody else from Vector in the chat, let me know, and I'll op y'all. I don't think it worked the second time, but it does show you as a moderator now. So they just don't like URLs. Awesome. Oh wait, no, there it goes. That worked. Yeah, that, or at least I see it. I see it on my side. Sweet. Okay, cool. Okay. So yeah, so Glenn, we could. So for example, the main reason that you would want to use Qt is for the password prompt. So right now, you'll notice that Glenn solves this by literally just seeing if there is a setting for a password, which I have to remember to not look at. So I leak my token there. And then if there is, so like if the Q setting exists, then it's going to use that token. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna change this workflow a little bit. So, does it remind you of IRC days? Okay, cool. Thank you. Um, oh, interesting. The link I pasted into our Slack got turned into the file itself because the GitHub plugin. Which, by the way, anybody else in chat use GitHub and Slack integration? Because oh man, are we like are we so angry about it in Vector 35? It's been the cause of much consternation. So okay, I've basically spent a lot of time just talking and not a lot of time working. I should focus a little bit and actually get going in this. Let's refactor this because we're gonna have it be. So let's implement an MVP with, at the very least, Malshare hybrid analysis. I want those two and Dogbolt because Glenn's already written Dogbolt and he's already written Malshare, so we just have to refactor it. So we're going to have Malshare, Dogbolt because it's already here, and we're going to have hybrid analysis, and we can add more later. To do, I don't know, this is Python. Thanks, VS Code. You almost guessed the right amount of syntax as support for. I don't know if that, again, copy paste buffers in Linux. I don't know if this is going to work. No, it does not. But I think if I do that, right? Whatever. Yeah, paste being separate is annoying. Okay. Malshare hybrid analysis. So we're going to add, later we'll add support for these. Okay. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Let's see. Let's first, I wonder if there is consistency in these APIs. Because if we're lucky, we can literally just do a single thing and specify the headers and the URL. I'm just trying to think of like the structure for my code. Do I want to have like how generic do I want to make this, or I just want to have some code duplication, right? Because you could go either way on that. Oh, Slack is so bad. Yes, you've been seeing that too, Valgrind. It's crazy. Hey, Scott, welcome. So we're actually using Dogbolt as a precursor. We're building a downloader that will download from malware sites or from Dogbolt or from a bunch of different places. If someone has reported an issue or you've got a hash of a file, somebody did a write-up and you want to check it out. So we're going to just call this Open from Malware Archive. And we're going to make a new function, Open from Archive. And all right, we're doing this the slow way. Let's copy paste that. It's going to go on the file menu via that call there. It's going to have, call this hash downloader. See, now I'm calling it different things. Hash piper. Let's just call it hash piper here. Directly from Dogbolt. Malshare, hybrid analysis, and others. I feel like I'm mixing descriptions, but that's fine. Wait, did that need to match anything? Hold on, was this register file open mode? I actually don't know this API, so this is a good example where come on, IDE. No, come on. Oh, it's because it's UI context. Those are the worst. Yeah, these are actually like awful. So the API docs for these are, and this is, we've tried to fix this. This is PySide, and the answer is it's complicated. So let's go back and get register file open mode. So if you're doing UI plugins, you can search in the C++ APIs is the short explanation, and it's annoying, but it works. Button name, description, and the action. Okay, so that is an action. So I need to make sure I have the exact action name from there. Oh, yeah. Don't. I'm spastic. Coding fast is not necessarily the important thing. And again, I'm cheating. I'm just starting with Glenn did all the real work. The actual coding on this thing is it's mostly him. Also, I am theoretically a full-time developer at this point, so I mean I do a lot of company stuff, but I should be a faster coder than I used to be. I used to only be a hacker, and now I'm a little bit of a coder. So, but again, I didn't write a lot of this. This was I'm taking, copying, and pasting this. So to be clear, Glenn worked on an initial prototype. So I don't want to pass in like the UI context for each of these. What does, okay, it's just using that to open the file name. So all we need to do here is return the file name from this API instead. So let's actually have this one. Oh, what's the syntax for the return value of a, I'm trying to get better about type hinting. So Python type hints. So yeah, return value. It's just not like muscle memory for me yet, and I know it should be. Yeah, that's the arrow one. Okay, cool. So go to the right window. So this is we're gonna have this function return a string, or none, right? Actually, I think you're supposed to do that via like union stir. Let's see. What's the syntax? Allows those, right? Show me an example. There's a way to make it optional. Like it can return none. Oh, optional is the equivalent of it. Okay, so I can just do optional. Do I have to import it? Probably. From typing import optional. Okay, so optional. So yeah, this is like I'm still figuring this out. I'm not great at. Okay. So the function is going to return none, but in my case, I want to optionally. It's an optional string or none, which actually is return the same as return none? I don't know. It should be. I feel like that's true. Thank you, Galen. Yeah. So then the question is that also, do I have to actually return none here, or can I just do that? I think I can just do that, but we'll find out. We'll see if it yells at me. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this context then. We don't actually need the context. This function is gonna be completely self-contained. So let's pull this out, and we're just gonna return the string instead. Well, hold on, let's actually do this. So let's say this line. Okay, so we're just gonna the last thing we do is just return the string. So, but even then, I feel like we could probably abstract this a little bit more. So let's see how we want to do this. Let's make a shared dialogue. Let's make a get token. And actually, I want to, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the token field, because then I can actually, instead of using get form input, which is a little more complicated, I can use the other API, which is the interaction. There's like get, what is it? Text input? Text line input? Yeah. So I can just do get text line input, and then that will just return literally whatever I put in. So that's a little bit more straightforward than having a token separately. Okay, so we're gonna have a pop-up just for getting tokens. Get token, and we're gonna have a setting, which is a string, and then the help text, which is also a string, I guess, and then it's going to return an optional string. Right, so then here we can literally just do, let's use interaction. Oh, we already have interaction. Okay, cool. So anybody else do that, by the way? If you use Vim, do you like undo and then redo just to get your cursor to go back where you were without saving marks? Or is that just me? Is that just a me thing? Because I do that, I feel like a fair amount. All right, so get token is going to, well, let's go down here. So if the setting, if we already have a setting for dog bolt, we don't need this, so we're done. Otherwise, saved token equals get token plugin.dogbolt.token. So setting name, sure. Setting name. Setting name, just okay. Get token, so setting name, and then we want to like provide the dog bolt token. Okay. And now, if I'm just gonna add some simple checking, len saved tokens less than 10. Log, do I have log? I have log alert and log error. That's fine. What was that? Something. Oh, I think that means I got
Romy DJ subscribed to the channel.
a subscriber. Thank you. I always forget that I unplugged headphones to that machine, so I can hear that now. That's actually kind of nice. And see, this is where I really want the Stream Deck overlay to work, because I'd be able to see it. Ooh, Control O. All right, so let's see. Let me try this. So Control O, is that based on like a motion though? Oh, and it's decided the last change. That's great. I love Vim. I mean, it's both awful and also great. I'm just looking now. I'm getting caught up again. Fonts deja vu. Josh, were you talking to somebody else earlier that I missed? Let's see. Or are you just making fun of my font choices in general here? Which is fair. I mean, this is like the stock box. But thank you, Ninja. I appreciate that. I love it. I learned a new thing. Control O. Cool. Okay, so if length is less than 10, log error, dog bolt. I don't even remember our official syntax for that. What do we do for that? Oh, that's right. Officially, it's the Decompiler Explorer, because, yeah, we wanted to call it. Anyway. Token invalid. And for now, there's no error handling. There is 0 error handling here. If the token's invalid, you got to go in and fix it yourself. Right? Or, no, I mean, I guess I could. And actually, I need to save this too, right? So where's the other way? Queue settings. Yeah, that's the other one I want to do. So here, it only saves that token if you succeeded, but I actually don't know that I want to do that. I'm just going to always save it. We can add some other error handling in that can also save it, I suppose. Yeah, maybe, okay, yeah. How do I want to do this? Sure how I want to handle this. This is why, like I said, just because you can type fast doesn't mean, why is this erroring? What do you not like, VS Code? Inconsistent. Oh, tabs and spaces. Oh my goodness. What have you done? Let's see. Yeah, this is the problem with the fresh one. VS Code show white space. View appearance. Render white space. Nope, wrong hotkey. White space. View toggle render white space. I don't. Oh, oof. All right. Yeah, so we're a bit of heretics here, and I use tabs in my Python. So sorry for people. Oh, good. I'm getting edits internally. Queue setting contains it's missing a closing paren. That's one problem. Ah, yes. There we go. That was one issue. And my backticks should be something else up top. Yeah, I noticed that wasn't correct here. Oh, backticks instead of triple quotes. Yeah. Oops. Too much markdown in my life, clearly. GitHub flavor markdown. Thank you. All right. Josh is doing nice. Yeah, I know, Ninja. I know. We're like I said, we're heretics. And actually, let's put this down here because we're saving that just in our notes for now. We're gonna use that later. But we are actually. Can I think I can just on the whole file, right? Convert everything to tabs to be consistent. And I'm actually gonna save and reopen this, and I hope that that will make it realize that I want tabs. I don't need dog bolt anymore. Let's see. Okay, do I have to toggle white space? Toggle render white space. I feel like, how do I know if it's on or off? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's on now. Okay, now I see it. There are little white dots, little gray dots. Okay, perfect. That's what I want. So now if I do, yes. Except, no, bad VS Code. Bad. Hold on. That's because I'm fighting. There's a plugin that recognizes tabs and spaces in VS Code. This is what I get for using a new fresh install. It's just being like, it's Python, and clearly you want spaces, right? No, I do not. Status bar indentation. Okay, there's an auto detect. Tab size, select indentation. Detect indentation from content. No. Why would you say that? There is not spaces in this entire file. Why would you do this? What have you done, VS Code? Indent uses tabs. Let's just do this.
I'm dying.
You're dying at my tabs or what? Just at my broken code.
In the bottom right, where it says tab size 4, you can click that.
I did. I just found it.
Okay, cool. I'm like 5 seconds.
Yeah, you just delayed a little bit. Thank you.
Okay, also put a pass inside that get token body so you get rid of the error on the line below it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm
Alright,
doing.
that's it. Have fun.
Thank you. It didn't work though. Josh, come here. Like, watch. All right, so I select indent using tabs for. It doesn't work.
That's because there are already spaces there.
No, it doesn't. I have spaces nowhere else. Hold on. Watch
There's
this.
spaces there.
No spaces.
Push tab.
No spaces.
It's a sign you should just use.
It's a sign I should just use. Okay, fine. All right, I won't fight my tools. But yes, the entire Binge API is, well, this is clearly just not where. It could also be because I'm using NeoVim internally and there's something else going on. But fine. Control A. Spaces. I'll stop fighting the machine and we'll just use spaces in Python. I don't like spaces. Just code in C and use Clang format. Tabs are fine as long as, so tabs for indentation and spaces for alignment. That is the Vector 35 official standard. It's actually not even mine. I didn't come up with it. I just follow it. But I do like it. But yeah, even for Python, which is problematic. I understand. All right, whatever. So we're working fine. We'll use spaces. I do want it noted. Glenn used tabs too. I like his tabs. This was originally from him. All right, so open from archive. So we need to make a new function though, and we're gonna call it def open from archive, and that does need this, and it is going to return none. Did I just say none? I think I just say none. Yeah, this shouldn't return anything. In fact, I don't even think this API. needs it, and a UI action right. This will be getting past an UI context. Open from dogbolt, on the other hand, gets no arguments, I don't think. It's just gonna return this, right? So it's gonna do all its own magic. It's gonna detect if yeah. So what we want to do is we're gonna actually detect the URL. So we're gonna have some matching here where let's get the, and actually where's the clipboard stuff? Oh, maybe that's only in the Malshare version of it. I should also load in Malshare. Because Glenn already worked on that, and there might be some differences in his code for that. So let's pull that in. Malshare. Listen, trying to mix metric and imperial was an anti-reverse engineering technique for the space shuttle. That's why the Buran had so much trouble when Russia tried to copy it. How do I report a tab user? Is there a report you've been triggered? I need like a soundboard here. Like I have a soundboard. Does this work? Yeah, I just need a like I'm here to report a tabs violation sound effect on my soundboard. Would be great. Okay, so clipboard equals, okay, so there is clipboard in the other one. Does this one use the clipboard? Clip? No, okay. That's why it wasn't working. That was an older version of it. He's since adjusted it, and it's in this one. But let me download is there no download? I have to download the whole thing? I don't understand. Gist? Also, survey, audience. Is it gist or gist? I think it's gist like a J because it's like the understanding that what's the gist of it, but GitHub and has a hard G. So how do y'all come down on that? Cuber, please listen. I have my cube here. If I get too frustrated coding, I'll have to stop and do a solve just to relax. And let's see it now that I've scrambled it. I can't even. I have to solve it. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to let the cube sit unscrambled. It's kind of a problem. Don't worry, I'll be fast. I promise. Okay, so I'm waiting to hear about gist and gist. I want to hear it. What do y'all do? Okay, thanks for the excuse to solve it. It's GitHub. Yeah, let's not even get started on GIF versus GIF. Yist. Yo estoy americano. Oh man, you guys scrolled. I have to like scroll back to do the count. Gist, GitHub. All right. It's English, there's no rules. I like gist. I go with gist because I like the semantics of it less than like consistency with GitHub. I think that was the joke they were going for. I know. I'm sorry to bring up the GIF battle again. One of my first versions of Linux that I set up. Oh, wait, where am I going with this file? Why is this not? Oh, where's the download button? I know there's a download button. No, I just have to hit raw and then save. Whatever. Just when the very first version of Ubuntu, I may have mentioned this before, but the very first version of Ubuntu I ran, save plain text. Yes, that's fine. Just save it. What's your problem, Safari? Okay. So where'd it go? Did I just save this file? And now I've lost it on my hard drive. So my desktop or something weird? What did I do? Documents? Nah, there it is, Malshare. Okay. So let's go back into oh, I have to do this. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want the file explorer. Where I have to like, I want a file browser. Yeah, Shift N. Okay. So, and now, can I drop Malshare in here? I can. Okay, cool. So let's move Now share here. And now let's open that one as well. I think we just double click it, we'll get there. Okay, so this one's slightly updated because it has this little bit, and that was what the other one was missing. But we're moving that into our parent function anyways. So we're going to we're gonna get the clipboard, and if it's there, yeah, we could match it. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I'm stressing everybody out. Not only am I starting holy wars about pronunciation, but I'm gonna make people have to like stress over is none count. You have to make it optional to make it none or not. Ooh, that's pretty good, Valgrind. I say GIF. I say GIF, but I say gist. So I don't I'm not a G purist. You know, what can I say? I think it's as it's appropriate. So I'm with you on that one. So open for market. So first we're gonna pull out the clipboard. Actually, let's do like the MVP of this that literally just does on the clipboard. So you copy it and then you hit the button and it just magics it. Let's try that. And it only asks you for the token if you need it. So what we're going to do is we are going to get text line. What was that line again? The API. Can you tell like I'm a bad tab user? So inputs equal to get text line. Oh, it's interaction, right? Yeah. Oh, so I should have control O. Get out of the habit. Okay. Interaction dot get text line input. And there we go. Now we get this. All right. So we're getting the prompt and the title of the window. The prompt is just the help text. And it's token input. Wait, like, is that really it? Like, that's kind of silly. You know, in hindsight, oh no, that's right. We have the setting. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so, and I think let's actually check the API because I want to check this out. Interaction.get text line input prompt title and nothing. I give it nothing is a none, or no, I I didn't actually hit cancel. I got it. Okay. Now it's a none. Is a equals none. Okay, so a is none. So if inputs, so if inputs q settings dot, we're gonna save it. Where's that save code? Set value. Set value. The setting. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we should probably just return it as the string here too. If input, that's return inputs. Let's actually check the type in this too. If I give it text, it might be like a byte array. So we might, yeah, that's what I thought. So we're gonna actually, and can I just make that a stir? I can't. No, that's not what I want. I want, yeah, this I've run into this before. When you use the interaction APIs, you get a byte array, which is cool for like Unicode sometimes. But if you actually want to do a.tcode, UTF-8, does that give a string? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. So, we don't actually want to set that value directly. We want to do input equals input.decode UTF-8. And then we're going to set the value directly into Q settings. We're going to return it as the return of this function. Otherwise, we're returning none. Which actually, honestly, we can just do that. Like, we don't even need to like do this at all. We can literally just set it. I guess we don't want to overwrite it. Okay, so we don't want to overwrite it, so we'll keep that in the conditional, but then we'll just literally return this no matter what. Because if it's none, it's already none. right? So if we get a value, we set it, otherwise we return it, and then we'll check under here. So display token, save token. So we are going to need save token. And yeah, that is how I did it. I return it from there. And actually, I don't need to do this, right? That's the whole point. The plugin takes care of that for me, or the function. So save token is there. Input can be none if the dialog is canceled. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. If not saved, or no, actually I want if saved token is equal to none. Log error. Return. Okay. Must have a value. Actually, I could do that in the dialog. Maybe I want to do that in dialog. No, we'll just do it here. I saw it. Okay. So what we really want to do too here is, so Glenn was using the interaction. I'm going to not even have to do that now. We're going to be super lazy because we are going to already know, actually, let's just pass in the URL here directly, which is a string. So we're going to match clipboard on dogbolt URL. And then it's hard to think about designing a good thing while I'm also on stream. In my defense, this is more stressful of a stream. I thought it'd be relaxing just to code it, but I'm having to think about like, how do I build the plugin sort of the right way? And that's the part where normally I would just sit and stare a little bit more and think about it. I should design before I start coding, but I'll make it work. So if we match on that, then we're going to open from clipboard. And that's going to return the result file. What is it's just the path to the file. So this has already saved it. What I actually want to do though is I want to have a thing that downloads it. And actually, yeah, let's change this from dogbolt to what did we decide our name was? It's over here. Hashpiper. Yeah, so we're actually going to change the can't use command F. I want to use dogbolt. Okay. This. We're going to actually make that a global here, right? So let's make global path DL path is equal to hash piper, except actually dogbolt got the user plugin folder too, didn't it? Because there's a separate API for that. I want to get that out. Yes. So this path here. Okay, so the result, this DL path is equal to path binary ninja.user directory. By the way, the pathlib is fantastic. If you haven't, like, it's a little weird, like you're literally overloading the division operator, but to like to put directories together, which is pretty cool. It's getting quiet in chat, so I don't know if I've lost everyone. Nobody cares about this, or if people are just kind of cruising. Global DL path is equal to path hash piper. Yep, and then I want to just do result path, no, result file. Okay, result path equals hash, also it should be consistent, DL underscore path. I think I've already mixed casing here once in a function name, but result file is equal to DL path ID. Okay, so it's going to save by ID in that thing. It's going to save the file, but I think this is the part that I'm going to abstract, right? So the dogbolt specific thing, dogbolt specific code is We're going to try to minimize this even more. So we're going to assume, yeah, we do have to. Oh, what's it? Okay, that's just like if you cancel the dialog, that's fine. If you cancel it, return. Link is already URL. We've already got that. We already got that. We're gonna change how that stuff works. We're gonna assume we actually here. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna get rid of this, so we should just be able to download the thing. Instead of URL, we can call this link. Okay, so we are gonna extract that hash. We're gonna create a download provider. Okay, and we're gonna get the file with our authorization token. Is that still the same? It should be save token. When did it become token? Display token, save token. Okay, that's fine. So we can just call it saved token. Yeah, exactly, Robert. Yep, that's exactly one of the things that makes it great. It's very clean and it lets you compose files. It has a bunch of other nice things you'd want for working with files, and then more importantly, you don't have to think about Mac, Linux, whatever. Like it's like just do the right thing, figure it out. You can get parent directories and yeah, yeah. It's basically os.path, but with some syntactic sugar to make it a little bit more pleasant. Oh, it got dark. Oh, let me check. Let me check. Is it gonna rain soon? Do I need to be hitting the road? Let's see. ETA until rain. No, I got a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I get a little bit of time. I get a little bit of time, but before too long, I do need to take off. I probably actually should wrap it up here soon, so I don't get soaked. Let's get this at least working with just Dogbolt, and then maybe we'll finish up next. Actually, I kind of want to stream next week instead of waiting another 2 weeks to finish this up, because I really want to get this plugin actually working, or maybe I'll just finish it off air. So let's. I mean, we're just ripping out the working functionality, and yeah. So what we want to do is we're just gonna match this. We're gonna do file result file is equal to that, and then we're gonna do that. We're gonna literally just pull this code up here is why we saved it. This part right here. So we're gonna need UI context. This is just like the Binja UI code for like open a new file, and we don't even have to do it as a string. It's already a string because we fixed that earlier. Okay, this almost certainly has bugs, but let's see what they are. And let's go grab a Dogbolt URL. No, that's not Dogbolt. What did Dogbolt? I had Dogbolt in one of these tabs. Ooh, interesting. You know what? I don't know for sure. We might actually have to make sure it strips off everything after the hash. That way, because you don't have to think about that. Actually, that's easy enough to fix. Let's just go do this real quick. Well, actually, right now it doesn't matter. Interesting. Okay, so we can modify. Well, that's fine. I think this RE match will just work. It literally just looks for the hash and ignores everything else. So I think given his current regex, that will literally just work. So let's find out. I don't know if I already restarted Binja or not. Let's try it. So now HashPiper. Yeah, we got an error. So let's go find out what errors do we have? Okay, so we got an import probably wrong. Oh, right, because we took the code from Malshare, but not the imports from Malshare. So let's normalize this and see what we got here. Okay. Okay, so Q settings is the same, images the same, Qt GUI, yeah. Q GUI application? Sure, okay, thanks for... Oh no, I did that in port, that's why. GUI application. Okay. Syntax highlighting was doing the right thing. Everything else looks the same. Okay. That's all we needed. So, and we were actually having a discussion earlier. I honestly just restart Binja every time I'm making a change. Okay, link is not defined. Oh, it's right. Hold on. No. Clipboard, log info, clipboard, clipboard. So let's try that again. Is it still? We'll find out if it's still my copy paste buffer. Log info is not defined. Yeah. I know. This is why everyone just does the import star thing, but this is cleaner. Link is not defined now. Okay, so okay, I have a URL. Good. So the URL is still in my clipboard buffer. I am reading it just fine. I think now, okay, on my open from, oh, I thought I changed that. Didn't I change that? I must have done it accidentally and forgotten. All right, let's try it again. And just of course, as a reminder, because we're creating the action, we can also Control P, and what? Isn't it HashPiper? Oh no, malware archive, right? Open from malware archive, and it even has a hotkey, Control Shift D. That was probably for Dogbolt. We should probably change that. What's a good hotkey? We can leave it D for now. We can think about it. If anybody else has suggestions. H for HashPiper, Control Shift H. Actually, I like that. Let's do that. Unless there are other ideas. So I can just hit Control Shift H. Cool. Okay, token's not defined. Get token, save token, display token. Yeah, we don't need display token at all anymore. Get rid of that. Save token there. Yes, saved token. We're just gonna write it back out if it's there. What we need is actually to catch this to do reset token if failed, right? We just need to nuke that token there, so it'll ask you for a new token next time if that fails. But we need to do it, yeah, based on the error code, right? Like if you get actually here, what is HTTP authenticate? Well, we can try it. Let's actually just literally copy this URL, and let's not give it a token. So let's curl with no authorization token, and we'll dump our headers. Oops, nope, go back. So let's find out. All right, now capital D, header.text, yeah, header. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me, Ubuntu, really? Come on, what kind of world are we coming to? Curl's not even installed by default. I do like that it's kind of clean though, because it feels better than, all right, so 301. So if we go 301, it's authentication failure. So if result.status code equal 301, invalid token, log error, invalid token. And now I'm just going to actually just log it. And then from here, if I take this and I save, actually queue settings, how do I remove the value, right? If I literally just want to remove it, queue settings, remove value, because then the next time it'll just ask me again. So if I ever get like an invalid, like auth failed, just nuke it. Queue settings, remove. Okay. Queue settings, Qt API docs. I should install Dash or something like that. Okay, remove. Remove and a key. I think the key is just the string, so we're good with that. Okay, so remove. All right, so I'm not gonna test this so much now because that involves too much chance of leaking it, and I'm gonna try my brace. Ooh, thanks. That's a good tip. Let's do that. I wonder which one. Language mode. I mean, it knows Python already. Is it this one then? Or is it this one? Type checking. Yes! Yes! VS Code. Come on, do it by default. Yeah, 310's fine. Do it. Oh, look at this. We've already got a warning here. Content is, well, sure, it's none now. Wait, oh, result. Well, no, that's, well, okay. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's fine. That should be fine. So this will handle specifically the authorization fail, but if there's any other thing, it's just like, yeah, we're not going to try to open Binjo. We'll do an assert. There'll be an error log from that. So that's kind of nice. So let's try Control Shift H. Oh wow, it just worked. Okay, right, because I'm having it like literally not even pop up. The dialogue. I think I just like go straight for the. Is it 401? I mean, that's not what HTTP 301. That's what I got when I tried to hit that exact URL. It's a good question. No, I thought 301 is... Oh, 301's moved permanently. Good call. It's because it's got a / afterwards, and I need to follow it. Good call. Now, thank you. So that actually brings that is a good point. We should fix our URL. So requests or whatever else, or the download provider is following it for us automatically, but we can save ourselves a redirect. Good catch, Josh. So let's make that 401, and then let's fix. Oh, no, Glenn's right. I was wrong. It still worked though. It's funny. You'll notice that even using, or no, it of course it worked. The real one worked because there was a / in the code. Yeah, my request had the missing /, which is getting redirected. So, okay. So it works for Dogbolt. Oh, do we have time? I kind of want to try it real quick. Okay. So we at least Glenn's already done all the hard stuff for Malshare, right? So we should totally be able to do Malshare. So let's do this. Actually, let's clean up this here a little bit. Just want to make this a little title. Oh, and I did that too. All right. Yeah, it's a little sloppy and tight by putting. It just makes it easier to like duplicate it for now, at the expense of making it a little. All right, so this is open from Malshare. All right, so then what we're gonna do is we'll actually have to add some detection here. So we're just gonna do. Let's see. Dog bolts. I think we just is it dot find. Yeah, find dogbolt.org. Not equal to 0. Okay. Well, that clearly did not work. Oh, because I didn't actually finish it. Right. Not equal to... yeah, not equal to 0. So true, but now if I do something bogus, it should be... What is it? Oh, -1, -1. Okay. Right. This is why I check even basic stuff that I should remember. Now I look over to chat and see somebody's already said, okay, good. I get like a few second delay to fix it before I get embarrassed. So that's nice. I know that I can just do that. All right. If clipboard.findDogBolt.org not equal to -1. We're gonna make this a log debug. If you're not familiar with the log debug APIs, they're kind of nice because if you ever find yourself putting in like debug prints and stuff, Binja UI by default will not show it. But if you want to change your settings to show you debug settings, you can do that really easily. So I like to sprinkle in log, like instead of just doing prints that I comment in and out, I try to remember where am I going? I try to remember to use log debugs for stuff like that, and that way I've got a lot of them. I can just turn it on later just by changing a setting. Okay, so if we've got dog bolt, result file is equal to that. And actually what I really want to do is I want to make sure result file exists, which I think I can do with pathlib, right? Pathlib check file exists. OS path is file, but does pathlib have that too? Path dot is underscore file. Cool. Results equals path result file. Or no, actually just do this. Just if path dot is file. And we'll just put that in there. If right is equal to that, I understand. I don't have anything for it yet. Else if. Okay, so here's actually where the logic comes interesting, because if the thing you've got is just a hash, what you actually want to do is scan over multiple services until you get one. So that's okay. So else if I just do an else, and this is basically going to for service in services, like we're gonna have some sort of list of services which are defined, and right now it's just going to contain do I want to make it a list? Do I want to make it a object? I don't know what I want to do with it yet. Let's punt on that for now. But yeah, what I'm going to essentially do is iterate over multiple services, right? Because I want to be able to just have a hash and not know, is it on hybrid analysis? Is it on malshare? Is it on whatever? So we kind of have to special case dogbolt, but for anything else, like we don't have a URL, we just have a hash, and then it's just go look it up. So for now, we're going to do result files equal to open from. And this is actually not even open from. We should really name this API. So this is check dogbolt. I don't know. Yeah, I like that name better. I should have had a better vid macro for that. Open from archive is fine because that actually is doing the opening. But the check functions, those are literally just like, does the binary exist? Download it. And then actually do the opening here. So result is open from malshare, or no, check malshare. Check malshare, clipboard. Okay, that's it for now. And then, yeah, we get a result file no matter what. So this is just warning me probably that I don't necessarily have a real one. I know it could be. It shouldn't be because these, I guess, is it doing, because it's an optional and it could be none. That's fine. Path none is file. It better not be true. So I think we should still be okay. Path none that is file. Oh, really? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, like I don't know. How do we want to do that? I guess we should just say if not, or if result file is none. No services contain that URL or hash. All right, that's actually good. Oh, that's pretty nice. It actually detects now that it's guaranteed to not be none. Huh. It's pretty good type checking. Cool. I don't actually know where I've lost my like stats here. I don't know. Do we I don't usually like to look at like how many viewers are on because it hurts my ego, but hi Professor. I don't know if I've seen your hand before. Welcome. Errata somehow. Which ones? Which errata? Yeah, Robert. I think that's the right thing, and that's why I say like if I was like really designing this and thinking about it more than just doing it in front of people, I probably would have done something a little more structured like that and have multiple services that could just be dynamically added rather than some hard coded list or anything. Um, but this is my sloppy version here, which might get shipped. You know, if it gets sloppy, gets the job done, it beats clever and not implemented. All right, so okay, but check mouse share now. It's gonna take a link. No, it's actually not a link. This is gonna take a hash, right? So here, the idea is that we have a hash. And let's ignore, did we duplicate all this stuff yet? I'm trying to remember what we've got to rewrite and what we can, okay. Um, so mouse or token. Yeah, this is clearly the new stuff. So, okay. Mouse share token. If we don't have a token, we'll ask for it. And yeah, but this is the part that's different. Okay, so let's go to mouse share. What we need to do instead is, okay, so here is, all right, so yeah, let's delete this. Let's put that here. And we're calling this not link, but we're calling it hash now. Just to make sure we match. If match is none, and open from mouse. So we don't, though, want to return here again. Remember, in this one, we don't. We just return none. We're not going to error because we don't think, like, we only error in the case of dogbolt because we got a dogbolt URL, and then we got something that didn't look like it had a hash in it. So everything else should be the same. So now we've got, so it's not ID. Again, it's going to be SHA-256, or, well, we don't know what it is. It's a hash of some sort. So let's actually go back to, yeah, it's default hash. Again, we're going to skip all the UI stuff. We don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about that. Yay, code reuse is finally helping us out. Okay, so download the thing is where we're going to like pull stuff. And again, we should really okay. Okay. Oh, I guess it uses the ID before as well. Where did it use ID? Oh, it saves it there. Okay, that's fine. It's not really ID at this point. It's just a hash, but we can still use it. So we're gonna get the network provider. We're gonna create an instance of it, and this is actually a nice pattern to be able to copy. Like this uses the Binja built-in network provider, which will do proxy settings and other stuff. And it's cross-platform, which is you can use some like requests as well too, but keeping it in the Binja ecosystem means it's gonna work if Binja works. So you've got your API key, which we're calling a saved token. Wait, when did we get a hash over here? I didn't see hash. Oh, hash is result. Okay, hold on. Hash field, which is default hash. Yeah, not ID. We want to, this should just be hash. I mean, it doesn't matter. We already have it as a hash. It's literally already called variable hash. That's fine. And we don't need ID. We just want to use hash. Let's do that there. Okay. And most of the rest, or except, okay, hold on. Let's see. How do we handle the, right, we're going to add the same error code. Let's assume that it's the same error code. And before we, where's our 301 check? Oh, this is the wrong one. So yeah, at this point though, we're going to basically duplicate the, and this is where we need to refactor it, but we're going to take the, oh, and actually I need to fix that. This is easy fix. What do we call this? Setting name, right? Okay. So this is right after the results there. All right. Again, yeah, this is why this should all be factored out with just like a probably a header, which is optional, and a URL that's composed in this script, and then it calls to something else, which is going to do all of this code. Then can be consistent. Okay, so malshare saves on hash, and I think we can get rid of this because we already have error handling, and we already set it if we got it from the user up top. Maybe. Okay, let's find out what broke. So I'm going to now copy a hash. Let's see, malshare. And I also need to look up my malshare API key. Which I need to put in from this other machine. And make sure I put this in the right channel. I almost put that in the wrong channel. That would have been hilarious. All right, so that's my API key. So I'll wait till I get the pop-up because I want to see that on stream and make sure it works right. And I'm not even going to copy yet. Okay. So if but I do want to find a sample. Oops, that's right. We were going to go look at malshare. That's why I wanted to pull it up. I want to find a hash that we know they have. So let's just go find some. I think they do. Yeah, let's go grab this hash. So let's copy that hash. And now, if I restart Binja and I click my hash piper, we need a malshare token. This is good. So it's already taken my clipboard buffer. It knows it doesn't have, hopefully it already extracted that. So let's see if I can do a flawless lack of token loss here. Copy my token. Put it in. Actually, ironically, you wouldn't have been able to get the whole token doesn't fit in that box. And we get an error. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back and look at that. Okay, so right. That makes sense. It's not set value. Oops. Nope. Undo. Set value. Setting. Oh, that's annoying. That means I didn't actually save my token. This is why we test. Okay, so this is the new code path. So I do have to switch off again. All right, let's try it. Hopefully we're close. I think we're about, let's see, I gotta copy this. So actually, first thing I have to do is I have to copy the malshare token, or copy the, actually, no, that's fine. The hash itself, no, I don't want to submit my hash as a query in the log. So let's do this the right way. We'll copy this SHA-256 hash. Then I trigger the plugin. Then I copy my malshare token. And then I paste that in. Yeah, that's actually probably so safe. No services contain that URL or hash. Okay, so we're getting closer. But now I think our regular expression is not working. And more importantly, let me just try it again. If I can do this off stream just one last time and double check. If I hit it again, yes, okay, so we can show it. We've got our save token. That part worked. New t-shirt slogan. There was no tokens lost in the making of this stream. So far, knock on wood, right? I don't want to jinx myself. Oh man, it's gonna rain soon. I gotta go. Okay, so let's see if I can do this in the next 10 minutes. What are we missing? We are currently, the regular expression is not, so this is not working. We're looking for hashes. It could be case sensitive. So no, these are all lowercase, which that's probably something we can fix because presumably the search on their side is going to be flexible most. So that could work. And now let's just grab this line and let's come back over into Binja, import RE hash equals. Okay. Okay. I was like, did I paste my token? I did not. That's a binary hash. We're good. We're still good. I had this like heart stop moment though. Um, stop. Oh, different copy paste buffers. I'm telling you. That's how I'm gonna lose my hash. Um, uh, yeah, but it's not in any of my buffers anymore, so I hope. Uh, all right, so okay, no, I've got a match, which means it should work. Okay, so to that, the logic and the filtering is right. Match is not none. We're not returning. So what error did I get from? Oh, no services contained. That's earlier, right? Okay, that means okay. So let's add some more, and actually this is something we should do anyways. Let's add some more log debug. We've got let's do where it downloads. Yeah, I definitely want to refactor the download stuff and pull it out because there's no reason for that to get duplicated right now, but so let's put that in both of these downloaders for now. And now, let's see. I am going to have to change my log level in Binja. So let's show. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can do it in the API, or you can just do, if you do binary init -d, it will automatically be in debug mode. So you'll see it's a little chattier in general. So now if I come over here and I copy my hash, it's this window, and now I hit my hash piper. No services contained. So it didn't even try? I know, right, Glenn? Like I'm just asking for one of these to come out. But okay. So I'm hitting this. Oh, is dogbolt matching? Hold on, did I invert the logic in this? If dogbolt is not equal to -1. No, that should only be true if the string is there. Log debug found a dogbolt URL. Searching malware archives. So let's restart. Let's go over here. Oh, there's also which copy paste buffer am I in? Maybe, yeah, so let's just select it and then copy it and also right click and copy it. Yeah, actually that's entirely possible. It's the wrong copy paste buffer. That's something that is going to be a little more annoying on Linux. So let's see if our debug logs. Okay. No. What am I missing? Am I not saving the file? No, it shows it was saved. Hold on. Did I not launch in debug mode? No, I did not. Oh no, I know what this is. I restarted Binja and the log level changes, and that's an open issue that Brian, I think, was working on. I think that's the bug. I think that's the bug. What? No. Hold on. Is it -d? -d. It doesn't need to be used. I didn't think on Linux. On Windows, it has to be used with L or dash. Oh, okay. Let's just do this. Oh, maybe it really does. I just am using that API wrong. Okay. For Control C copy, hash piper. Now, oh, okay. Okay. Now we have our debug logs that we expected. I thought, oh, that's right. That's right. Now, the new way of doing this is you just come over to the, yeah. I did this all wrong. So let's fix this up because I don't want that. That's kind of spammy. Let's just launch Binja. I forgot about the log changes. So you can right click and choose log scope, or log level, capture level, and you can ask for debug logs right in here. And now, when I hit this, I should get, yes, now we see log debug messages, right? Okay, so there's my clipboard. There's my mouse share. I lost a token. I lost a token. Time to go change my mouse share token. Yeah, I should have thought about that. Should have thought about that. All right. Everyone go scrub that. Oh, can I go change that? Let me see. All right. That's depressing. I was doing so good. There's no way to change it. Help, please. Sorry, Silas. Uh, all right, I'm sending an email real quick. Make sure I get the right username. Oh, URLs got me. All right. All right, well, it's out there. RIP. I know. I know. I mean, let's be honest. We all expected it. I was trying so hard. Logging. Of course it is. All right, whatever. It's out there now. So let's just even fix it. Downloading from mouse share. Get file hash. Okay, so did that not? I mean, hey, good news. Maybe my maybe the token's wrong. Turns out, if my token's wrong, I didn't leak anything. No. Let's see. Oh, no. That's so annoying. Ampersands and URLs. Okay. Yeah, that looks right. So that's a working token. That's what I expected. So why isn't it downloading it? Result file is equal to check mouse share. It's downloading the right. Okay, so mouse share is not returning. Downloading from. We're not getting invalid token. Oh, wow. Literally, that's all. I don't return the file. So let's try again. All right, let's try that. And now if we hit this, it does open from mouse share. No, it doesn't. It still does not. No services contain that URL or hash. So it's still me. Oh, because I didn't restart Ninja. That's why. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate it. Yeah, Glenn, if I would have. Well, if it's working with Dogbolt, I didn't have trouble with that because my code wasn't broken on Dogbolt. Or your code was. This is all like I've broken your good code. I've not really written a whole lot of new code to this point. Okay, clipboard got flushed, but let's copy URL. Let's come over here and let's hit our hash piper. And I do like that it just pulls straight from the clipboard. We're gonna add more support for that. Woo, that's spicy. Okay, so did it save the file? Downloading from. Let's actually make our plugin do one other thing, and let's log debug the name of the file that we're opening. Okay, so log debug opening result file, right? Yeah, and make that an F string. Okay, so this one, and then for Control C to hash piper. Okay. Shaboken error. Let's go down here. Okay, opening. It's trying to open the file in the mouse folder by hash. Does that exist? Oh, nope. Nope, nope. There. City mouse share. I mean, that it sure looks like it's there. So why is something I copy pasted. Open current context, open file name, called with the wrong types. Oh, open file name is a stir. Oh, I got it because I used pathlib. That's why. Wait, no, I didn't. File, it's a string. Why? When did it become a POSIX path? I called path is file. Huh? Result file is should just be a string. Right? Oh, wait. Let's see. What does mouse share return? Did I not do? Okay, yeah, so that's right. On dogbolt, return string result file. There it is. Right? So it is, that's right. That was the difference. Okay. All right, my 5-second grace period worked. Nobody caught me. All right, so let's copy. Let's Control Shift H. Trigger via hotkey. Let's go. Okay. All right. Well, success in the end. We made it. I'm gonna head home. Hopefully, I don't get rained on. We've got the start of our plugin. It's got a little bit of a more integrated framework. That was a lot of time to just take code that was already written and jam it together. So that's all right. We had a good time. I made Robert smile, so I count as success. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I will, if anybody is interested in even this version of the plugin, let me know. Either whatever, Slack, DM, Discord, pick your poison, send me a message. And I can publish what I have now. I probably want to clean it up. I want to, obviously extract out the code reuse and then add at least another malware service to show like the structure for doing like multiple malware services until you find the one that has the hash, and in better logging too. I'll probably make it like a background thread, because you don't want to hang the UI while you're making HTTP requests. One of these days. Fox, you should let me know when your birthday is. One day. When's your birthday? Like for real. Like when is your actual birthday? And maybe we'll make it a crazy bomb day then. So cool. All right. Well, I think this will be an actual nice useful plugin. I do want to have it, if it fails to match anything in clipboard, just ask the user to put in the hash or whatever, right? That's the other thing the last step, but that's pretty easy. And I do like that it asks for the token as a separate pop-up now. I think that's a little bit, because you do that as a one-time thing and then you don't have to have it there at all. We were debating whether we should have a password prompt or whatever. So November 4th, see, I got plenty of time then. All right. Remind me, come back to, hold on. I'm going to put a calendar note, in October, to remind me whenever the next stream is. Okay. All right. I put it on my calendar. All right, everybody. Yep. Y'all have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. I had a good time, even though it took me a while. So it's cool to chill, y'all. We'll see you either next week or the week after, whenever. Take care.
You